In the early 1800s, the small farming community of Adams, Tennessee, became the setting for one of the most famous and terrifying hauntings in American history, the Bell Witch. The Bell family, led by John Bell, had moved to the area to start a new life. However, their peaceful existence would soon be shattered by a series of disturbing and unexplained events. It all started with subtle disturbances. The family would hear strange noises in the night, faint whispers, unexplained knocking, and the eerie sound of chains being dragged across the wooden floor. At first they brushed it off as the creaks and groans of an old house settling. But the sounds grew louder, more persistent and impossible to ignore. Objects would move on their own. Furniture was found out of place, and small household items would vanish, only to reappear in strange locations. Yet this was just the beginning. It's just the haunting escalated rapidly, focusing its malevolent energy on the Bell's youngest daughter, Betsy Bell. Betsy began experiencing physical attacks that defied explanation. In the middle of the night, she would scream in agony as invisible hands slapped her across the face or pulled her hair violently. Bruises and welts appeared on her body, yet no one could see what was hurting her. At times the spirit would speak, taunting the family in a disembodied, mocking voice. It seemed to take pleasure in tormenting Betsy, and the family was helpless to stop it. Word of the haunting spread quickly through the tight-knit community, and neighbors, skeptical at first, began witnessing the strange events for themselves. People would come to the Bell home, hoping to catch a glimpse of the spirit, and they did. The spirit, which became known as the Bell Witch, seemed to enjoy showing off its power in front of visitors. It would knock on the walls, throw objects across the room, and laugh in a chilling, ghostly voice. As time passed, the entity's attacks became more sinister, and its hatred for John Bell, the family patriarch, grew more apparent. It would curse him, calling him vile names and threatening his life. John Bell's health began to deteriorate rapidly. He suffered from fits, seizures, and mysterious paralysis that baffled the local doctors. No matter what remedies were tried, nothing could ease his suffering. The Bell Witch would mock him, claiming responsibility for his illness, saying it wouldn't stop until he was dead. On December 20th, 1820, John Bell was found dead. His family claimed that a mysterious black liquid had been left by his bedside, and they believed the Bell Witch had poisoned him. As they mourned his death, the spirit reportedly celebrated, claiming victory over her enemy. Neighbors who attended the funeral later testified that they heard strange laughter and cheers coming from an unseen presence as they lowered John Bell's body into the ground. Even after John Bell's death, the haunting didn't entirely end. The Bell Witch continued to torment the family, though its attacks became less frequent. However, it made one final chilling statement before disappearing. The spirit claimed it would return in 7 years. Sure enough, in 1828, the Bell Witch was said to have briefly returned, though this time its presence was less violent, as if its anger had finally subsided. The Bell Witch legend has persisted for over 200 years, with countless books, movies, and documentaries exploring the events. To this day, many believe that the spirit still lingers in the area. The cave near the Bell property, known as the Bell Witch Cave, is believed to be haunted, and curious visitors flock to it, hoping to experience the paranormal for themselves. Those who visit the cave often report strange occurrences, eerie voices, cold drafts, and the feeling of being watched. Whether you believe the story of the Bell Witch is fact or fiction, there's no denying the lasting impact it has had on American folklore. The Bell family's terrifying ordeal has become one of the most famous and well-documented hauntings in history, a reminder of the mysterious and often malevolent forces that may lie just beyond our understanding. So if you ever find yourself in Adams, Tennessee, take caution. The Bell Witch may be gone, but her dark legacy still lingers, waiting in the shadows, ready to strike again.